Hey everyone, and welcome back to Isyour6covered. Appreciate you showing up. We got some fun stuff for you guys tonight. Hopefully you enjoy. We're going to talk about some blunders and some pretty cool things. So we had a few people that you may know win the match that we did yesterday. So we had a 3-gun match, and we have another match that was held in Florida, and Dick being the main guy, getting it all set up and going through all the headaches and fumbles and all that fun. He's going to talk a little bit about that as well, but let's get going. We'll have some fun. We will get Mr. Hedges.
How's it going?
How are you, buddy? So
Thanks
let's get
for having me on.
Yeah, no, we were talking on the phone and trying to get some information, and I'm like, well, let's just get a chat going. We'll have some fun. And we got
Knucklehead.
we got I was trying to figure out
Knucklehead.
I was trying to figure out what I wanted to say. I was trying to be nice, but then I was like, I don't really want to be nice. And we got Ray over there. So hopefully everybody's doing well. Let me jump out real quick, say hi to everybody, and we'll get started, have some fun. And we got Steve Healy in first place. Pop the Place is out there. What's up, Mr. Les? Yep, second. Jason Hunt in third. Snake Man at 48. And 3.5. Cardinal Puff. Sean Downey. Joaquin Jack Nava. Brian T. Chris Estes. Drew Bradley. Tim Rink. Doug B. Skull. And we're good for now. So hopefully people will be hitting that thumbs up button, getting some more people in here. We'll have some fun. And got some exciting news. Well, he has some exciting news.
What exciting? I don't have any exciting news.
I think it's pretty exciting. But before we get started, let's say thanks for our shout out for Vortex Optics. Go over to vortexoptics.com and find something fancy, or you could win something from Vortex. They were nice enough to donate these two. We got a raffle going right now, and there'll be 2 winners. And we might be throwing some more stuff in there as well. But for right now, we got the Crossfire and the Spark. These are brand new. This is the new LED version of the red dots. But you can make a donation to National Fallen Firefighters Foundation, or you can also do the Fisher House. And for every $10 you donate to them, and then you send me a picture of that email, saying that you donated X amount of money, you can email me a screenshot of that, and I will put you in to the can, as we call it. So actually right now I'm adding Lead Mining 44 was gracious enough to donate to both organizations, which I thought was really cool. So he donated to both, which makes it nice. And he's actually going to be put into the can right now.
Drew Bradley's pretty perceptive. He said X-Ring's on the wrong side of the screen because we're usually in different chairs.
Yeah, but see, I went Ray and Rick.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Oh, we are screwed up.
Yeah, and then
we got to switch because I can't do this now.
You got Silver Fox in the house, but in the bed. You
Get your ass in the bed.
I think LZ USA just ordered something that ships out tomorrow. What's up, Bravada?
Yeah, you guys can see my face is all jacked up.
Somebody said somebody been using tongs on you.
Yeah, I think right here. I tell you what, I almost about died.
Hey, you know what? I just thought about something. Could it be your glasses touching right there?
It could have been. It has those foam things.
Yeah, it's probably holding
the sweat or something. Anyways, but yeah, we did 3-gun yesterday, so it's been a year. Do you remember the exact day of that match?
Over a year.
It was like June something or whatever it was last year. That was the last time we did a 3-gun match. Maybe trained one day in between there for 3-gun.
We trained the day before, and we shot at VOD. Big shout out to those guys. They put on a great event. It was sold out. I think there was one no-show. I think he had to work. But, yeah, it was 49 people. It was a good event.
Yeah. I actually he unfortunately had to work, so I even brought his hat. I was hoping he was going to show up, but he didn't show up.
Cool deal.
Let's see. We got Brandon out there. Welcome. Bravado Racing's out there as well. LZ USA. Jackson.
Somebody said Dick Frozen.
Yep.
Frozen. There he goes. Yeah. Just don't. Want no one to know he got beat up. Now, if I got beat up, I'd have been a little more beat up, I'm sure. It was hot. It was fun. And for not shooting in a year.
I shot really strong yesterday.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened there, but you know what they say.
All right,
about,
Ray won the match.
Yeah, I guess planets aligned perfectly, but not only did I win the match, it was overall match winner. So it wasn't just division. So in TAC Ops, I was able to beat out open division. I did shoot the Cobalt with the 18-inch proof, and that thing was a freaking TAC driver.
1 for 1 all the way out to 700.
All the way out to 700. And you don't typically see that at a 3-gun match, but they had one stage where you engaged some close steals, then some intermediate steals, and you went 2, 3, 5, and 7.
Yeah.
And it was just 1 for 1, and we weren't shooting prone. It was off of a barricade. So I really think all this rimfire stuff has really helped. I mean, it went over into that 3-gun scenario where
it got me in the mood to go on the left side, drop down to a knee, and
yeah, you kind of already knew what to do.
So that was good. Just so you guys know, the 700 yard was the actual bonus target. So it was.
You can't call that a bonus because everybody shot at it if they didn't timed out. So it was a 30-second penalty if you didn't hit it. That's the way to look at it. That wasn't a 30-second bonus. That was a 30-second penalty.
The way it was set up was it was a bonus for 30 seconds. Who done?
Oh. No, there was actually some people that complained. They were like, "Wow, that's not fair. That's why I hate a bonus target." It was one shot, but
there was a lot of people that hit it.
It wasn't a timeout stage, and a lot of people hit it.
What's up, Hammer? Hammer's out there.
So what's up, Wayne? So it's kind of like having a spinner out there that is a 30-second penalty if you don't spin it. You got to think of it that way.
Yeah, you can think of it that way.
Yeah. So
I kicked that spinner's butt, son.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
It was a good time. 5 stages.
I freaking bruised my palm. Some of you guys can see this. I had a jam on my shotgun, and I knew I was doing well. I only had two stages left, and I found out what the reason was. It wasn't the shotgun. Some of the Rios had gotten crushed, so they had a crimped head on them. So when the magazine tube, when it tried to feed, it was getting hung up. Yeah. But anyway, I was trying to clear it and bruise my hand.
I think those are little, like, I don't know what that is, but I think it's like little bruises or something. And the vessels.
That was from when you went, she gone.
Yeah, so this was stage. What stage was that?
I don't know.
It was stage.
I thought I had the video. I don't have it.
I have the video. I don't know if you guys seen it on Instagram or not.
Basically, guys, you've got to see this.
Hey, when something is empty and you have no more ammunition for it,
it's a stick.
It's a stick. And when you're, oh, here it is right here. All right, so I'm going to show you guys this. This is what happens when you get overheated and didn't drink enough sweet tea.
Oh, it's the sweet tea's fault.
Yeah.
Now, this is during the match, guys.
Folks, what do you do when you run out of ammo? The weapon's no good. It gone.
And they were like, "No, pick it up and ground it." So we had to throw it in the barrel.
I was overheated. I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, I don't need this thing. I'm out of.
Oh, I got one more highlight you guys need to see. This is pretty good. So Brandon shot with us.
Yeah, he did.
First 3-gun ever. He's never done it. He was like, "Hey, why not? Let's just get this done. Looking forward to it." So here we go. Here we go.
What's up, Big Country?
Hopefully,
Doug B, 45 autos. Too late now.
It won't matter, right?
No.
All right, hold on. Here we go.
JT holds Stratos 27.
So here we go.
Here, let me do this.
Oh yeah, I want you to look at this recovery. Now, the unfortunate thing about that was he showed up at the house this morning and he lifted up his shorts and he had a bruise
like this big
all the way up the side towards his hip. And what it was all the shotgun caddies when he fell, all those jammed into his groin. And it got him pretty good. But hey, kudos for him for trying something as involved as 3-gun on all borrowed equipment.
Yeah.
And
And only training for like 2 hours the day before.
yeah, 2 hours the day before, never had touched a Benelli M2 in his life. And that
He
can
did
be
good.
that can be a little bit daunting.
He's a good pistol shooter.
And we didn't try to teach him quad loads or anything. We just said, just do a double. It's easy enough. And, the shotgun was already opened up. He just used all my gear, including my belt, which I don't know how that worked, but I was able to get one latch on.
There's a couple.
No. It was one latch. And I was like, that thing is screaming for mercy.
That Safari Land was holding up though, huh?
No, it was. It wasn't a standard Safari Land. It has the ratchet on the backside of the Safari Land.
Okay.
So it's like a ski boot binding. But I was like, suck it up. And it was like, tick. And then I tried to ratchet it. I was like, this thing's going to strip.
I'm surprised that didn't blow. That's a good buckle.
Yeah, those were grade 8 bolts I had to put in there.
What's up, Mil Spec Grunt? 45 autos out there. We got
Hold on. Say, Mike Willis made a huge comeback after being down for a while. Oh, yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. He did because he was, I didn't want to mention names or anything else, but yeah, he is a great open shooter, does a great job at having a good showing at all the matches. But he's been shooting. He's been shooting for a while, even when he wasn't supposed to. So he's been practicing. He's been making a lot of matches.
Yeah, no, for sure. He's a damn good shooter.
Yeah, he thought he was on motocross, the heavy lead on that corner. He didn't get enough weight on the tank. What's up, Josh?
You got to, you should have went with the new set of tread for you.
That's it. Yeah, no, Mike Willis did well. And then Jeff Yang, who was our RO, he did really well as well.
And he was,
matter of fact,
awesome for
Team
running.
Microtech was top 3.
Actually, it was.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, what did I come in? 15th out of 49, right?
Yes. 15th out of 49.
I got to add that to my
Yeah, I guess. So, Dick, you had a really good weekend.
I did. We had our inaugural Rimfire match, PRS Rimfire. Went well. We had some learning experiences. I may have made a few stages a little too hard, as we discussed. But I think that's all a part of it. We got to keep the experienced shooters guessing. I was fortunate enough to have a buddy show up from out of town. He's a pro shooter. He does a lot of sniper challenges, a lot of gas gun. So he comes down and he goes to the match and he shoots and he couldn't believe it. He got stuck. He was shooting my gun. So he was in the squad with all the kids, but he had a good time, good sport. And he goes, man, I feel like I learned 10 years of shooting in one day. The ballistics on this is out of control, and I can't believe you can hit this small of targets at these distances with a 22. So he enjoyed it. As soon as we got back to my house, he ended up ordering his own Voodoo. So hopefully we'll have him a gun here soon. Nice. But we had a great winner. We had 6 kids end up showing up. We had 4 no-show us sickness. So unfortunately, but hopefully next time we'll have more kids. Overall, it was a success. They all loved it. We had a mover. Every kid actually hit the mover, the squirrel once. So took some coaching, but they all got a hit on the mover. So that was a big plus. My daughter got a little cocky and was like, Dad, I can hunt squirrels in the backyard now with my rifle.
What would you say the hit percentage was for the top youth?
Top youth was 48%.
Okay.
Overall top was just under 80% at 78.
So the top place winner was 78%, you said?
Yep.
All right.
Yeah. So cool. It went well. I did we had some easier stages, but then a few of them, I mean, it was really hot. It was brutally hot. We had a hang up I told you guys about. So the match ended up starting an hour and 15 minutes late. Nothing we could do about it. It's just, stuff that was completely out of our control. Everyone took it really well. We didn't have anyone really complain about it, so it worked out. We got the match going. But I made a dinosaur stage thinking it'd be fun, and they were all different sizes, and I kept them all at 3.5 mil or MOA. So I staggered them in distance, so they all looked 3.5 MOA, so they all looked the same size through the scope. And if people didn't pay attention to the firing order, people were shooting the wrong dope at the wrong target, and we didn't have anyone clean that stage. So
You even got the top dogs on that one, huh?
yeah.
Well, that's good. You should miss a couple. Means you got to work for it.
Yeah.
So Big Country just chimed in and said he didn't make the match because at Dick's match because COVID.
Yeah.
So hopefully you're doing well and recovering. And the Outlaw Josie Wells, there's a lot more shirts coming. We have the original ones, and then also have some new ones that have no logo on the back. So those will be those have already been paid for. Those are being printed, and I'll let everybody know when those are back in stock. And I appreciate all the support, guys.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that sucks, Big Country. Hopefully you guys aren't having, a lot of symptoms. Some, maybe just a few. I was tired for like 2 weeks, and that was it.
What's up, Millsprat Grunt?
So hopefully it's something simple like that.
Yeah. So Big Country probably got some feedback from the matches. His buddy ended up being overall winner. So
Nice.
That's good. Did you hear any pros, cons of your match so you can work on it next time, or like were the people excited to shoot it? Like what took place afterwards?
So when we talked to a lot, we actually got a lot of good feedback about the kids, because I was on the fence having this many kids in a squad, and then all the family members were there. We had some extended family even showed up to watch their kids shoot. So, which I commend them because it was so hot. I think the heat index feels like was 104. So
Get your ass to bed.
we saw that, and I thought it could go either way, and we actually got a lot of support. We had a lot of people make donations at the end to help get the kids going. We gave a bag out to the low kid, so he was just struggling. He didn't have any gear, so I think it helped boost his morale a little bit.
Awesome. Now that makes it nice. And we got Brody out there. He's saying shot his first match
It's awesome.
on Saturday and had a blast. Yeah.
Awesome.
That is great. Great to hear. Hopefully you sign up for the next one. I don't know what state you're in.
Yeah, we actually did a little bit of training today. We got the finale coming up this weekend. So
we got to get tidied up on that.
yeah, so myself, Rick, and Matt, and then we even had Brandon there. He was here for a couple of hours this morning, and we're trying to get him squared away. He's got a really nice voodoo setup. He didn't even realize it, but he had ordered what was in stock, and Matt was looking. He goes, "Is that a 22-inch barrel?" And we start looking. Sure enough, no one even knew it. He had a 22-inch barrel.
Yeah.
And so
On those voodoo.
yeah,
barrels.
and he went with an MPA chassis. He's got the BA comp and running the primary arms, and he was driving tacks with just regular Ely target, like $5 Ely target box.
Oh wow!
Dude, I would just run that. We ran some numbers on it and on the chronograph, and it was right, almost dead nuts accurate, same as the Lapua Center X. It was 1080.
We almost need to test it and do a standard deviation and extreme spreads between those two.
Yeah, so we actually chronographed all of this data, and just so you guys might be interested in knowing this, we used with a 22-inch MTU contour. We shot SK Standard Plus. Average was 1020 with a standard deviation of 13. It wasn't bad, but it didn't group the best. Ely, the target averaged it was 1102 with a standard deviation of 8. And then we had another Ely. It wasn't 10X. It was a less expensive brand, like a $6 a box. And it was 1094 with an SD of 8.9. And so, I mean, with those numbers, shoot the cheap ammo. If it'll print tight, which his did, that's a blessing.
Yeah.
Half the cost of Lapua.
I know.
Yeah.
Lapua.
Lapua.
Don't get it wrong. You'll have a lot of haters on you.
Yeah, it's Lapua. We were corrected on that the other night.
No, I think our biggest con was we did have quite a few of the higher shooters say there was a few stages that were a little too difficult that they couldn't figure out. So I'd rather have that than some of the other complaints,
Nice. So Brody took first in base class out of 8 shooters. Appreciate all the knowledge. Yeah, man, it's our pleasure. It's why we do this. We try to. I think Rick and I both from the get-go not keep any secrets. Anything that we learn or we don't learn, we ask and try to keep it an open forum so that everybody has a good learning experience with it. It's not a big secret. Share it.
Well, and I think especially you, not me so much being a newer shooter, but if it took you, say, I don't know, 7 years to learn, this, right?
Yep.
And you can teach us this in 3 months of listening to chats or a year of listening to chats. Like, there's a lot of good information out there.
I think all you boys need not to practice and shoot the finale with each other's guns and my dope. It's going to be a fun time out there, Josh. I looked at the squatting today because I heard some names had gotten moved around. But
they did?
Well, yeah, but I didn't see anything on ours. I think it was on other squads. But squad 1's going to be that's going to be one heck of a squad. There's some hammers in there for sure, and Josh being one of them. So.
Actually, Ray probably does know that answer.
Jaguar.
That's the right way?
Not Jaguar.
I like wire.
Wire.
Hey, wire.
What's up, Mark G? No, we got a lot of information from people with tuners and people ripping them off and saying no more. And we went from a couple people had gotten rid of thread protectors when they ordered their last barrel, and that way they don't have to worry about it coming loose and screwing up the harmonics. And
so, Mark G, I do think. Look, now this is talking to some very knowledgeable people. I think tuners have their place, especially in bench rest.
That makes sense.
My understanding is everybody's going to be running them, but I think for this game, it's just better just to honestly don't run a suppressor, don't run a tuner. If you're going to do PRS rimfire, just shoot a standard MTU barrel, either 18 to 20 inches, and call it good.
And run decent ammo.
Yeah, that's it. And practice.
And don't let your scope be off by 10 degrees.
Yeah, that'd be a good one. That'd be a good one there.
Did you hear about that, Dick?
No, I didn't.
So I had a scope show up or something. I was waiting on a mount or something. So finally I had everything right, and I slapped it all together. It was the 360. Remember when the 360 showed up? I've been waiting. Finally got a chassis. So it took a while to get all the components together. I slapped this thing together because I wanted to get to the range, and I used the spur wedge, to make it level.
Yeah.
Don't ever use that stupid ass spur wedge. Anyways, it was off by 15 degrees. I had zeroed all the way out to 500. Brandon's over here. We're fixing his by backlighting the reticle and making sure everything's perfectly level. And I'm like, you know what? I should check mine.
Yeah, because we already had everything set up, the level and all. Now look, we'll cover this in just a minute. I'm going to let him finish the story, but I'm going to grab one or two things just to show him. I know you got a video of it.
So we go to backlight this thing. I got the level on the wall, and I'm like, what the hell? It was off like this much.
Wow.
Yeah,
I've been using an engineer square and pressing it up, and it never gets it dead on, but it gets it close enough.
All right, guys. So real quick, and there's tons of videos on this. Am I on the screen? I can't tell.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. You're on the screen.
For those that don't know, you can use all these little levels, these spirit levels, and everything else, and you really should verify it this way. If this is your chassis,
here, hold it.
If that's your chassis with your action in it, there's usually a flat spot somewhere. Okay. Hopefully. Sometimes it's going to be right in front of the stock, right in that area. Sometimes you'll have a little bridge or just enough Picatinny to be able to get a like a digital level or something like that on there, but get the chassis level first. Get it perpendicular to a white wall, okay? Now on that white wall, to set this up, about this far is good enough, about, I don't know, 2 to 3 feet.
Yep.
And then all you want to do is drop a plumb line. You can do it with a tack with a weight on it, or you can use a laser level. Almost everyone's got one of those now for hanging pictures and everything else. Do a perfectly level line, have this perfectly level, put your scope on here, and once your scope's on here, we're going to pretend the scope's on here. Just take a really bright flashlight and get it up dead center, and it's going to project your reticle onto that white wall. I know a lot of you know this, but if you don't, it's important, because if you are off just a little bit, what's going to happen? Where's the whiteboard of knowledge?
Dun, dun, dun. Right there.
You guys can imagine what's going to happen. So for those of you that are relying on putting a level on top of a scope cap, I can tell you all manufacturers have some degree of variance. If they can't get it right, it's going to be passable. But if this is what you're seeing, but you're off just a little bit, as you track, it's going to go off one direction or the other. So some of this,
that's how much I was off.
He was actually off about
whatever that is.
So you want to make sure that when you're dialing that reticle is going up on the exact same straight plane, not off to the side because you canted it.
Yeah.
And I've seen a lot of guys do that. And they're like, man, there must be a lot of wind out there. And it's like,
what's up,
because your reticle won't always be perfectly square within the tube itself. There is a little bit of variance on how much it can shift when it's assembled.
Yeah, so it is important to start off your adventure with everything as close to perfect as possible.
Take those variables out, right off the bat, and make your life a lot easier.
38. You guys, DW's got a good point here. You guys, if you haven't had a chance, hit the thumbs up button, and appreciate it. It'll make you feel better. He guarantees it. I guarantee it. Let's see here. Got the great goat herder out there. So the kid trigger, if you're talking about the kid trigger mark, I actually ordered one of those for my it's X-Ring Tack Solutions, and that is actually an outstanding trigger. So
Rick was looking for a 1022 trigger, and I had a chance when I was working on the gentleman's Volquartsen. When we were doing some machine work for it, he had one of those triggers, and I got a chance to try it, and I was like, dang, I'm impressed with this. So, Rick had looked at some Timneys and some other drop-ins, and I said, look, if you want to do this once and get the best trigger that I've ever felt, try one of those kids. And he got it. He was like, holy crud, it completely changed that rifle.
Yeah, because the options aren't out there to throw in some other options, basically. There's like, what was there, about 3 that really pop up.
Sean Downey got his B14R steel barrel.
And
shoots ridiculously good. Nice.
Ammo shoots good, and that Trigger Tech special is extra sweet.
Nice.
Yeah, those are nice triggers.
Yeah, I actually have some of the specials in stock. I was able to get on some of those with the Independence Day. But yeah, those are good triggers.
I think Dick's gonna buy one, or his buddy, I should say.
Yeah.
Oh, he bought a Kid 22 barreled action. Got it.
I got you.
Okay. I'm with you now.
Somebody said they checked both. What was the one on down? I guess he was checking. Yeah, Mississippi. He said, I always check both. The reticle can be off slightly, but you want the erector plumb so it tracks plumb.
Yeah. Well said.
Yeah.
Well said. Let's see here. X-Ring, can you explain why it is that parallax is more important to say 100 yards than it is at 1,000 yards? That boogies my mind. I would have thought it would be the opposite.
So, conservative sniper hunter, I think he's asking the question when Chris Way, didn't Chris Way address that one night or no? Somebody had actually said that or stated that. And I never thought about it, but I will tell you that when you look through a scope, if it has the graduations, which those are just mere estimates, and everybody's eye is a little different. The difference in turning the knob just a slight bit from your infinity to, let's say, your next mark.
Yeah,
I wish you don't have a bare scope like that, do you? That has that parallax. It's very small. And so you're barely even moving it for the parallax. But when you get into these scopes that have a 25-yard parallax and the next one's 100, there's quite a bit of turn there. So I would think the focal plane, getting those where when you're moving your head, and guys, if you haven't experienced this, you really need to understand this. So this is a reticle in front of, can you shrink that? I can't see what I'm looking at. All right. So if this is the reticle and my eyeball is the target, okay, these are on two different planes. My reticle is closer to you than my eye is, eye being the target. Okay. So if you move your head around and this target does this, that reticle moves around, they're not on the same focal plane. What you're trying to do is get these on the same focal plane so that when you move your head around, nothing happens. And that's really, really important to get that adjusted, especially at the closer distances. But yeah, if you look at the graduations, that's exactly right. It's more important the closer than further. And a lot of times match directors will do that. Remember that one match? Actually, we've shot 2 matches where you're not allowed to touch the parallax.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what you were doing is you were shooting at targets that were
blurry till you get out to that. And then you got to go past that to the next one.
Correct. So it was important not to lose that spot well.
So
that doesn't really answer the question, but it is, I can see that as being fact.
And you got to find the happy medium on that as well. Further up.
Got a question. That's what he was asking about. Yeah, sorry. We addressed it. That was the 1,000 and.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Dick's still in here.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yep. No.
Sorry.
Just background thought.
You're too quiet. I didn't even know you were there, buddy.
Dick's frozen.
Frozen.
I think that's going to stick somehow.
Oh, really? Like to a frozen pole?
You guys are out of control.
I'm so mean. I have to apologize in advance. Every time I talk to Dick, I'm like, "What's up, Dick?" And he's like, "You just like saying that." Wait.
That is his name.
Wait. Still a dick. Once a dick, always a dick.
That's right. There to stay. So what other stuff did you learn at the match?
We delegated more duties. So my wife's going to take over uploading scores and everything from the tablets to the main. Just more delegation of duties, so one person's not getting overextended. Because we're also ROing it on top of match directing it and coaching kids. So with all those different variables in there, I had 2 people, really experienced shooters that are also trainers, volunteer to start helping coach kids. So that'll be a big plus in the next match.
That'll be really good.
Hey, I want to address this because Josh has a great question, and this is not guessing. So yes, they can be off both ways. So when I hung out with Dimitri, who is, the guy that he's with Primary Arms, develops all the ACSS reticles. The guy's a freaking genius, but they actually test all of that when they're talking about the erector and your reticle, all that being lined up in the tube. But so that even if everything is straight, that when you track up, that it's not going off to the side. There's actually a machine for that. And I don't remember the name of it. It escapes me right now.
It's called a doohickey.
It's a doohickey, yeah.
I thought it was whatchamajigger.
There is a little bit of variance that's allowed. So you need to take, when you get your scope, and I've talked about this, I don't know if I ever released the video, but you do need to do a tracking test, like a tall target test. That'll help show you some as well. And if you guys aren't familiar with that, there's tons of videos on it.
You could use that right there. Sean.
There's targets that you can purchase from like Sniper's Hide because it's a big thing. But basically, we're gonna pretend this is that tall target. Okay, what you would do is you have this tall target and it has graduations for exactly 10 mils or 10 MOAs, whatever you're using. And what you want to do is zero it, and then what you'll do is you'll come up 10 minutes, and it should hit that little dot, that calibration dot, which is going to be an exact distance that should be at the exact yardage that you're using. And if you want to do it right, don't use a laser rangefinder. You really need to do it with like 100-yard tape. because a rangefinder can vary. We've tested this. I mean, sometimes they'll be off 2-3 yards or more at 100 yards, depending who the manufacturer is. And so you want to do that with a tall target to make sure that there's no error. And you can typically, the higher you go, the more error you're going to see. You can also do a box test. You guys have probably seen that, but a tall target is really important, especially in rimfire, because we're not just dialing out 10 mils. 10 mils on a 6.5 Creedmoor, you're going to be well beyond 1,000 yards, well beyond 1,000. 10 mils in a 22 long rifle is a joke. We do that. We do that on a short range.
That doesn't take very far to get there.
Exactly.
It's a very good point. We had a kid getting ready for the match, and his dad called me on Friday saying they couldn't get the scope. They couldn't hit anything beyond 100 yards. And then I went over there and we did a tall target, and nothing was coming out right. I won't mention the brand of the scope.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, no. I took one of the Arkans that was donated to us, though, and threw it on there, and it tracked pretty dead on. So I was pretty impressed with it for the price point that they come in at. But that was my first time ever messing with an Arkan. When he put it on his gun, he shot lights out on yesterday. Yeah. So,
and I have this is the first time I've heard this from Dick, but we try to put good information out there, but at the same time, you've got to look at manufacturers. It's man-made. Something could get out bad. Use any of them. Night Force, use Burris, use Vortex. It doesn't matter. Vortex has a premium line. They have a basic line. You can't expect them all within a line, regardless of the manufacturer, to track with the same precision. They have tests for that. And if it's a lower end scope that costs $200, they're not going to spend X amount of time on QC. Yeah. I do know that, back when I reviewed that Primary Arms Platinum, there is a full, it's one of the most comprehensive test procedures I've seen on those. As far as a checklist, I'm sure some of the other ones do it as well. They just don't provide that list. But that's what they're making sure of, is they don't have, erectors that aren't coming up at an angle and that it's tracking properly.
Yeah, no, his was on his scope. He was dialing 23 mils to hit 250.
Oh, I've seen it in classes. I've seen loopholes and things like that go down. It's like it can happen to anyone.
Oh, yeah. And then it was never repeatable either. So I was like, you got something wrong with your glass. And you hate telling that to someone that just spent $800, $900 on a piece of glass.
Ouch, yeah.
What was your target?
300.
300 yards. So, guys, take this as an example. That's 12 mils. 12 mils. So on a 12 to 13 mils, depending on what ammo and this, that, and the other. So at 12 mils, if you're a centerfire shooter and you're like, I don't dial 12 mils. And,
they never
and the reason is, let me give you an example here. In a 6.5 Creedmoor, 12 mils is going to put you, hold on, I got to change the chart. Hold on. Let's do
3/4 of a mile.
No, it won't be that far because you're going to be about 23, 24 mils in a mile. I want to give you pretty close to exact. 12 mils is going to start coming in at around 1,300 yards. So, most people, if they have access to 1,000-yard range, they're never going to be into those ranges. So that might not ever come up in a scope.
Yeah, no, that's what my buddy that came down said. He goes, I've never dialed this much in my life.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a lot of dialing. Yeah.
Yeah.
12 mils, 1,200 yards.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it depends on, barrel length, how hot the load is and everything else. Yeah, at 12.8, I've got, he's pretty much spot on.
Yeah.
I saw a few Microtech fixed blade knives, around 5 or 4-inch blades, on an Australian knife seller's website the other day. I didn't know that Microtech made fixed blade knives. Yeah, they do actually. They don't make them that often, but we had the Curry, the Crosshair, the Arbiter out here at Jones. There's quite a few fixed blades that are out there.
Oh, they will blow your mind what's out there. I did not know until
Yeah, he worked there, and I was like, "Oh, you've never seen any of these?"
No.
I was like, what?
no that for the arrows.
Oh,
the
yeah.
broadheads.
Yeah, the broadheads.
I'm like, Microtech make broadheads arrows at one point. So if you have some of those are like worth stupid.
Those are like gold right now. So.
If you have some of those, don't.
They did a flat knife.
There's some crazy cool stuff out
Yeah.
there. The audio is cutting out really bad. Is that just me,
Yes.
guys, or what?
It's on my end as well in the StreamYard. So
All right, I just turned my Wi-Fi off, so you might want to turn yours off on your phone. It'll help. Or are you direct?
I know I'm plugged in hardwired.
He always
Should
says
be-
that.
Well, this time I am. Last time I wasn't.
so you got
Sounds
fixed blades. We may need some of those to kill some of these snakes.
I'm gonna have him kilt with a kilt.
Kilt.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna wear
kilt.
a kilt.
Right.
Kilts. He's gonna wear
gonna-
kilts out there.
I'm gonna do that with
He's
a
going for trouser snakes.
40 grain projectile. I ain't even getting out of the boat. We're gonna need a bigger boat.
You're just saying it's better now. Okay.
Must have been New York. I'm in Euro Optics all the time though. Doug B says.
Nice. Yeah, I deal with Euro Optic a lot. Kyle is who I deal with. He's my salesman of choice. Very knowledgeable. Answer a lot of scope questions, especially. I mean, I'm sure they all can.
Yeah,
But,
he is smart as heck though.
He is smart as heck when it comes to ordering the right height. You know what? I haven't gotten any of my Spurs stuff yet. It's crazy. I was hoping that'd be here before the match.
I still haven't got my bait I ordered on the Facebook thing. You guys seen the bait on the Facebook? I'm waiting for this stuff. I want to hook up some bass. Can't wait.
It's got to come from China first.
Well, whatever.
How's the fly fishing going?
We haven't done.
I
any
haven't caught any fish with it yet. But the day is early. Problem is I don't want to wake up early enough to get out there when I'm supposed to. Ain't nobody got time for that.
We stay up too late on lake chats.
Yeah, it's like I just went to bed like an hour and a half ago. You want me to go fishing at 6 in the morning? What are you, crazy?
That's what my wife always says. You want to do the chat? Yeah. All right. See you around 12.
Yeah. Long Island. Yeah, the fishing hasn't been going very well.
No, we had Brandon come in from out of town, and we wanted to get him up to speed. So we spent all day Friday at the range, like all day.
Yeah.
And then he has the patience of Job. It's the only guy I know that ordered everything for Precision Rimfire. And guys, I mean, he basically took what we told him, and what we use, and he ordered everything. Got the Voodoo, got the MPA, got the scope and the rings and the LRA and the SkyPod, the Trigger Tech, and has not shot it. We put it together Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so he's
Thursday
had all this stuff.
I was like, oh, wow. That would have drove me nuts. I would have had to have shot that,
Well, how are we losing audio? This is starting to piss me off. Let's see.
I haven't had it.
Can you guys hear me? Hold on. Hopefully it works. Tell me if it keeps happening and I'll switch microphones. See if that helps.
I think I have a few of your bad MFs sold.
Nice. Well, they're online. They're available. What few I have.
Yeah, a few people kept sneaking off the prize table.
Yeah.
It was like ending up on benches and stuff, like all opened up and people going through it. Good thing I took my Kestrel and everything out of there.
Yeah, all your stuff would be going.
Yeah, no, it's funny because
Thanks, guys.
other than you guys and just using this chat and a little bit on my channel, we have not really tried to market that because honestly, production is going as fast as it can go and we can't keep up with this other order we're trying to fill. So, yeah, I mean, I think I've got like maybe 8 in stock and then it's going to be a little bit, but that's why I really don't want to advertise it on social media or anything like that. Those that have them, great. I'm glad you guys are enjoying them. I've really haven't gotten any negative feedback, but like AICS mag holders, I just had a run of those done, sold out of those already. I'm out. I have none.
Yeah.
So it's tough to manage, and
Get them when they're hot. You
Yeah.
got to check the site to see. which is a good thing. I guess.
It's not a bad thing. It's just trying to keep everything running.
Ramsey Country's got a good question. Says, anyone seen the 22 LR Bighorn action? I have not.
I have not.
Isn't that the Zermatt action? I mean, they're the same, right?
I don't know enough about it to say anything. I'm not
The
sure.
Rimex, wouldn't that be the Rimex? I would assume.
I don't know. I do know that the one Kenny had was an absolute tack driver, and someone bought it from him. They said they had to have it.
That's supposed to come here.
It was supposed to come here, but the guy was like, "I have to have that rifle." And so Kenny was going to shoot that.
I'm gonna have to bust Kenny up next time I see him. That happens to him every time. The only guy I know that builds badass custom rifles and doesn't have one.
But you can't get attached to him. That's his business. You know, that's the thing is you can't.
Yeah.
Let's see.
You can't do it.
Have you seen the new March scope where the scope move and not the vertical 250 MOA adjustment? Is that the?
No, I have not seen that, Mark G, and that's a great question. Because there's a lot of companies. I think Moab, the minute of angle base. They also do it in a mill where you can adjust on the rear, and you can get those with 100 minutes. So I have seen that where it's basically a base system, and then you also have the Charlie TACCOM Micro, which will add 40 mils, I believe. And you can have that for less than $700. It basically just goes in the front bridge. So if you want to shoot out to 700 yards or so, it's no problem to do that with your 22. As a matter of fact, Iraq Veteran 8888 just did a video on the Voodoo 360 with the TACCOM.
Yeah. But I think with that scope, what he was talking about, I saw a video on it. The scope moves. My only problem I saw with that was your eye relief and your cheek piece has to move every time you go.
Yeah, because as you start dialing it up and down, you're having to make the adjustment in the back, correct? If it works the way you're thinking.
And that's the reason I have to run a higher cheek piece on mine because of the 50.
And then you have to run tall rings, otherwise you're looking at the barrel.
Yeah.
So I had not seen that. I'll check it out. I was waiting to see Kenny's next video. That rifle was stupid accurate. Yeah.
Which one?
Yeah.
Was it the gas?
His Rimex.
Oh, the Rimex.
Yeah, it's gone. It's gone.
There you go. Kind of like that shot.
I hope he did the CCI ammo test. I sent him all that ammo.
Oh, I bet you he didn't. I'm about ready to call him because he was supposed to do that for us.
This is a great question for you, Rick.
Let's see. If you buy a Vortex Fury, why would you also need a Kestrel? A bit confusing to this old man. Mr. Outlaw, Josie Wells. I've always been someone that preaches to have the Kestrel. I mean, I even answered it when I first got the Furies, like, there's no substitution for a Kestrel. The Fury does a good majority of what the Kestrel does and can do. I don't know. I think maybe it's just because I was going to say grew up with a Kestrel, which, I've been doing this for an extremely long time for sure. But it's just kind of like, that's my go-to, and it should be paper data. But yeah, I think you could pull it off without a Kestrel. The problem is if you are trying to figure out the exact wind and you're not great at guessing, you're basically inputting what you're going to believe it to be instead of what the Kestrel is actually saying it is. So there's going to be guesswork in the wind, which, can definitely make it so you miss a target depending on how big of a target you're shooting at. There's the ability, depending on what Kestrel you have, to run a lot more different style rifles. Now, the Fury will hold 3, and you can always, on your phone, you're allowed to have a certain amount, and you can basically link them and put them into that Fury. But I don't know. I'm a big component of having a Kestrel as well. And you could think of it as a backup. Say you did buy the Fury 5000s with applied ballistics, and something went down and is not working, or you can confirm it against each other as well. So it's kind of a way to get around stuff if you're thinking, that doesn't sound right, and you double check everything, and you're like, oh, yeah, it is right. So there's that option as well. So that's kind of my 2 cents on that. But yeah, I'm a big. I believe in the Kestrel, and applied ballistics is applied ballistics. So in the Kestrel, in the Fury, it's a program, but it's just nice to know the exact wind. It does all the direction of fire and all that kind of stuff in the Fury. So that is very similar. You compass calibrate it, your binos and stuff. So you are getting really good information, but I don't know. It's more of a backup.
I'm going to chime in on this. I have limited time with this Fury because I wanted Rick to be really comfortable with it. I wanted to see where he took it and everything else. And he's not using it the way I thought he would use it. I thought it would truly be a substitute for his Kestrel. That's not what I'm seeing. I know you told me you read the owner's manual, twice?
Correct.
So he's already read it twice. I mean, it's hard to get your common average guy to read an owner's manual in the first place. So he really had to commit some time to learning this.
It's not too huge.
But
yeah.
This is the thing. This is the problem I have with an all-encompassing system like this. Guys, where's your bino? Where are your binos usually? If you're using it right, it's on top of your tripod, right? Which is going to be directly in the sun. What are you going to do? Hang a T-shirt over it all the time? It's still going to soak up heat. So you're going to have a temperature that's going to be off. Now, I can speak from knowledge on this because of the Raptor. That Raptor that I've got, regardless of how expensive it is, you're limited, especially on the temps and all that, because these guys are claiming that, well, it's got ambient. It can do its temperature. That Kestrel is going to get you the exact when you spin it up. But even Kestrels, you don't leave in direct sunlight. You're supposed to put them in a shaded area so they're not absorbing all of that heat to the body itself. So that all-in-one system, number one, you could have issues with temperature, which temperature affects bullet velocity quite a bit in your drops. Even way back in the day, you start to get 10 or 20 degree temperature changes. You're supposed to be making some corrections off of that. That's easy to do pretty much anywhere. Wake up in the morning, it's nice and cool, 40 degrees, and that afternoon it's 70. And some things have changed during the match.
Or even if you started at 70 and now it's 105.
Yeah.
That it's going to be quite a few tenths off, right?
So your temperature is going to be off for one if you have it out. Let's say you don't have shade and you can be under a canopy. You're doing a field match or something like that. Then number two, you have no way of knowing the wind. Because it won't tell you the wind. You just tell it direction. You have to tell. You can point it in the right direction. I can feel the wind, but now it's on you. So what do? We go back to that old method, Dick, of, okay, well, you can see the grass moving. Well, what if you're in the desert? There is no grass. You're not going to see the brush moving.
When you see the
I can feel it on my face. Feeling it on my face at 3 to 5 miles an hour.
Read the mirage.
Blowing. Well, what if there's no trees? So you're giving up two very important components for ballistics right off the bat. So honestly, and I have nothing against the Furies. You guys know I like the Razor HD scopes. I think they're great things, and there's nothing wrong with the Furies, but I don't think it's a standalone device that I would want to have outside of a Kestrel and a good rangefinder. Period.
You know what I saw at this match was someone brought one of those for archery. It's almost like dandelion fuzz bags.
Yeah.
And he kept throwing the dandelion fuzz. I was laughing. It's a good.
Oh, they make
little puffers.
Yeah.
We've seen guys with little puffers going.
Yeah, it's like
you can see the dust.
It's like blowing out like flour or some shit.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know what it is exactly in there, but hell, it's probably.
Hey, whatever gives you confidence.
Yeah,
in your call.
I try to bracket the wind with the size of the target, basically see what I think the highest it could be and at least average, then adjust that size of the target width. That's just me. No, that's a great way to do it. I know I usually have 2 winds available if it's windy. It's what it is and then what it could be or what it's been. What?
No, Josh says that's why he vapes, so he can get his wind call. I like that.
That's pretty good. I'm gonna have to watch. I'm gonna have to keep an eye on Josh's vape smoke.
Yeah,
I'm gonna try to catch up.
Watch all the vapors.
That's right. The vape is with you.
Yeah. So somebody was. I saw a conservative sniper was talking about something alloy or aluminum. I think he was talking about the aero tax. But instead of paying for the price of the Kestrel, you can just get a wind meter for a lot less money. That's true. And that's a good point.
That's an
So I mean,
option.
that's why we talk about this stuff. And you know, some of those little wind meters, you can get it where it is wind and temp. You can get some of the Kestrels that are just basic. I mean, we actually have one of those. I think it was given away where it was just like temperature, barometric pressure.
Oh, that was the one I won.
And wind.
I gave away, huh? No, it wasn't a Kestrel though. It was just a
Yeah.
wind thing.
Hey, Mike, my pleasure. I always try to get everything shipped out the same day or evening. I know how it is when I want something. The bad thing is if somebody orders something on like a Saturday, they got to wait till Monday before it gets shipped because there's no way I can ship it out on
Ship it out.
Saturday, Sunday, or Monday. But no, my pleasure. I hope you enjoyed it.
Let's see. We caught up. Who needs ash? I use baby powder for wind direction when I use my bow. Oh, there you go. That's yeah. Where's Eagle Eye at? I want to do some crud talking on him.
Yeah, I haven't seen him in here, so
Yeah, I want to see.
he's laying low.
So if you guys don't know the story, so what happened was it was a three-way phone
Whoa,
call.
what are you talking about here?
Phone call.
Oh, phone call. Okay.
And we were talking about his new 22 build and all this stuff, and he's like, you know, I have no issues. I haven't had any issues. And I'm like, well, how many rounds have you shot through it? And the number was really low.
It was 100.
Yeah, I didn't want to say that, but it was 100 rounds. I'm like, dude, that's not even 10 minutes in my house. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna shoot 500 rounds through this thing in a day, easy. So, what's up, shout out?
He's killing me. Hugo said he crop dusts and see who smells it first.
Good stuff.
That's why he's always standing in the middle of a crowd.
That's right. But I'm like, and then we started talking about Dick's like, you know what? I'm going to send you some ammo. We want to see you shoot it on the desert floor, you know, and with a wind, we're talking about leaf blowers and all sorts of stuff, moon dust, right? We're talking about, we'll just throw a handful of sand in the action and, you know, all this crazy stuff you wouldn't normally do just to see if it's worthy of the desert, right? And he's like, yeah, I'm going to do that video. So maybe
I'm going to do that video. That video is going to be a great idea. We'll see what it really does. I have no problem with that. And then here I'm finding out tonight he already sold it.
No.
All right, so this is a great question.
The video has it on there, right?
So I think, Joaquin, you're asking about the belts. The belts are in production, but I want to get some feedback from you guys. I already know the direction that I'm going to go with it, but this was the last final thing we needed to know. So if you guys aren't familiar with, I'm not trying to sell this. I just want to explain something, and I want to ask you guys for feedback. This was the very first prototype with the stretch. It was a prototype and just a prototype. Everybody that's worn one of these for this entire duration swears by them. They're saying it's the best belt ever. Now, I don't know, but I like mine. So in manufacturing, we had two options. One was, I don't know if you guys can see that. One was this side right here, which is how they do all military like tethers, and it's like a polymer material. The other option was this tapered with double rows of stitching on the binding. Okay. While that looks very, very rugged and utilitarian, this looks a little more refined. Never mind the dust that's on there. Okay, these were prototypes. Tell me what you guys think, because I already know which one we went with, because I was like, nope, I already know which one. I don't want to do this. But they are actually in manufacturing right now.
Should have done that earlier.
We have 1,260 something on order. 1,000 have already been sold, but that was to somebody outside of an individual purchase. So I'll have about 260 something coming. But what do you guys think? Let's see. Go back up.
It hasn't even.
Ray, have you seen the name of the next product release? Still a dick bag.
Sad. No, call it sad.
Call it sad. Oh, that's pretty funny.
The stitching.
The stitching. Yep. All right. Well, I like that skull.
Stitching.
Let's see what equipment.
Oh, military style.
Oh, geez, we're getting back and forth here.
Military. I'm disappointed, Ray.
You went military?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and tell you, I went ahead and went with stitching because if you tuck a shirt in, you cannot pull off that military wrap. It's basically a heavy duty, like a shrink wrap tubing. You can't pull that off and make it look decent, in my opinion, anyway. So we went with the stitching. The stitching is actually what about the third prototype was, and we just looked at the other one. Maybe we run a couple, who knows, making an option, but we will do those in black and in tan. Big Country, the rifle bag right now is on hold, even though people are telling me that needs to go forwards. They're already up to 2 assembly lines for us right now running full bore, and at first it was just one, so we'll see.
Brody, you're gonna want a nylon brush. It sounds like you got most of it here. You got a bore guide, which you definitely want. Cleaning rod, yeah. Solvent. We use hop solvent. They make different stuff. Vortec makes some stuff as well. Yeah, you're gonna want the right patch. What else? What are we missing here?
Yeah, you want to go back up just so I can read it again?
It's
because I think Rick answered your question, but don't over clean your 22. Just do it about every 200 rounds. Don't do it after every outing. Make sure you take your brushes and all that off before you pull it back through the board. Make sure you get a bore guide.
And don't screw the crown up. As
far as solvent, I'm not huge on naming names, but I will tell you what we've been using lately has been the Vortec Rimfire. And then that's pretty much it.
Yeah, don't overthink it. Be careful pulling the rod back through, even though you took the jag and brush off.
Yeah, don't torque it. Keep it straight.
Yeah. I still think the rod I use it's my favorite. I'll just say that.
You have to clean the chamber too. And I think that's a big problem I see. A lot of people don't clean the chamber well enough. They don't know any better on how to clean the chamber. So you'll start getting cases sticking in the chamber.
Yeah.
And that is not an extractor issue. That's not ammo issue. That's you have a dirty chamber. Unless it's doing it from the first few rounds.
Yeah. If you're having a problem closing your bolt, or like he's saying, it's not, extracting when you need it to, don't be filing on your extractor, thinking that you want a sharper 90-degree edge or something. And in that case, what I'm going to recommend, and this could be wrong, you guys correct me if I'm wrong. I usually take a nylon brush, put some solvent on it of some sort, whether it's Hopsnine or Vortec Rimfire, and basically I'll use, they actually make cleaning rods that don't spin. If you have one that spins, you can also attach like a vice grip on the very end of the rod where you're not going to damage it. And you can clamp it and just turn that in the chamber to try to break that up if a normal patch doesn't clean it. Let's say you have some type of buildup or some kind of ring in there, but only use nylon. You really don't need to be getting in a Rimfire with bronze.
I found a 223 or a 556 brush works really good for it.
Yeah, there you go.
A little bit bigger.
Yeah, a little bigger diameter. The Vortex chamber cleaning is awesome. Cleaning rod. Yeah, we had some fitment issues in the beginning with some of the cleaning rods, but those all seem to be worked out now.
It's still got a coating on it, which isn't great.
All right, what else? Let me catch up here while Rick is gone.
I don't think Rick will endorse anything that's not a Tipton.
No, I have them all. I've got. Well, you know what, Dick?
I think he just called you Dick. Dick.
I don't think he was using my name either.
Hey, I like that shirt. It's a good looking shirt you got there.
Let me just go right here.
Oh, the XLR?
Yeah, I don't even have one of those. Holy crap.
It came with the Element 4.
So
you didn't get one with your Element 4?
Look at this.
That's a hot dog. Looks like a hot dog, Rick.
Vortec.
What are you doing?
Brand new rod.
This isn't that kind of show, Rick.
Brand new rod. Look at this. Look at the bearings on this thing. So that's Joe Cool, right? All right. Well, it's got one thing that's nice is it has a non. What the hell are you doing?
Look at the bearings on this J. Dewey. What does that prove?
Just Just follow me.
You want to have a bearing
We're
race?
roast hot dogs.
He's
Yeah, you ready?
skateboarding. He's
Let's do it now.
skateboarding with his cleaning
All right,
rods.
ready? Go. All right, who do you think will win? Which one will win? The
I'm going
Dewey,
red.
red one, or the orange one? Okay, everybody's like, are they really spinning cleaning rods to see which one's going to spin longer? Oh, the Vortex wins it.
All right. I'm going to stop it because it'll be going all day long.
Yeah, but
I'm not a fan of this one, just so you guys know. I'm not
I'll
a
take
fan.
it off of your hands. I'll buy it.
Yeah, you can send it down here.
It's got a coated steel rod. Get your
I'm
ass
trying
off
to feel
my
it.
shit.
They don't need. You just want to play it.
Okay, and then this one thing's nice about this is when you're running a copper cleaner through it, it doesn't false positive. So that's pretty cool. I will say that. But you got
We need to send that to Big Country then.
Yeah, and this one, so I have all the options here, but I do like the Tipton because it's a carbon rod, so you don't have to worry about nothing there. I wish you could get that end on here of the Tipton. I wish these guys would cohabitat. But what's nice is this part. When you're trying to push pressure on, especially when you got to use these really long rods for the PRS rifles, and instead of having to push way back here and this thing trying to flex, you can go right here and start. That is a huge plus, and it does turn when you're putting pressure on it. I don't know how they magically got that to work. And not only that, but it's got the shotgun end on the other side. So, all right. So, anyways, there's my little blip on cleaning rods. But
you gave away your secret too. You like it because it has a shotgun tip.
I always give away my secrets. Get that. It's like, where's my zapper at?
I was trying to sneak this in on the camera in front of his face. He's like, get that out of my face.
I'm going to, it's right here.
Get that out. I will whip you.
I will sock
you. You got to get close enough.
you. Well, you got to come over here to this Diet Coke sometime. Joel's in the house. Let's see. San Miguel. Doofy.
Oh, here's a good topic. Hey, guys, do you remember when we were talking about the Mitutoyos and how you could get them on eBay for cheap when we determined this was a knockoff?
Precision Rifle Networks out there.
Even though it's a Mitutoyo, this was a fake one, right?
What is this?
I don't know. It was on your desk. Well, I just tried to turn it on. It won't turn on. I've got Mitutoyos that I've used like every day for 2 years, and I've never had to replace the battery so far on them. And I grabbed this one, and it's dead.
Did you know I took the battery out of that?
No, did you really?
No.
It's got a battery in it.
Oh, snap. We got the, who do we got out there? Precision Rifle Networks out there. What's going on?
We need to do a chat with him.
I know. It was
have
like
him on the
months
channel
ago.
Yeah.
I don't know if you
couldn't make it.
I don't know if you have his contact number.
I do have his contact number.
We'll have to get you on here. Have some fun. This is where the magic happens, kind of, I guess.
Kind of.
No, let's see. What else? Battery. Where else is
So did Elmo go with you to the 3-gun?
We don't take Elmo anywhere. Elmo lives there. He's retired.
Elmo's been sitting on his satchel for a while.
Well, I was thinking you could blame him for the shotgun drop since he was there last time when you pole vaulted.
Yeah. No, I don't know what it was. I'm telling you, I was like, it was hot. I didn't have enough tea. Wasn't drinking any water. It was bad.
Guys, I have a test or a theory that I want to try.
Oh yeah, this is.
And I think that I want to get you guys' input because I don't know the answer to this. But Rick, can you hold that for just a second?
I actually shot.
All right. So this right here, guys, this is a wall, right?
Okay. Is this what you want?
Yeah, about right there. So this is a wall. If I take a rifle with a break, let's say like a Hellfire or something like that, and I don't touch the wall, but I'm hovering off the wall about an inch, and I fire, will it affect the bullet flight? Yes or no? On a solid wall, if I'm about an inch away from the wall, is there enough muzzle blast deflection off to the side to influence the bullet to change path? There is a reason, and this is going to be a great video. There's a reason for this.
Maybe. No, yes, no. Yes.
I don't think so, because most of the gas is expelled after the projectile, and the projectile is moving so fast.
One would think, wouldn't they? So we had a stage at this 3-gun event where they had you in the V of a tree. But
Okay.
this V was very narrow, and you had a solid tree to the side where your muzzle was. Anybody that was running a full, like a 3-chamber break,
Okay.
were missing targets that were close, myself included. And I'm talking about on a rifle, 1 for 1 out to 700 yards. I get on the stage, I'm like, and somebody had already mentioned it to me. They're like, dude, don't get too close to that tree. I'm like, what are you talking about? Well, it happened to me. I mean, these
Were they
guinea
consistent?
targets I could have shot off hand, so I want to know.
Were they consistent on one direction?
What's that?
Were they consistent one direction?
Yes.
Away from the
So I'm
tree?
trying to make sure I get the orientation right. I'm shooting towards you guys. The tree was on my left
It's
here.
okay, YouTube.
And all of my rounds missed right of the target. From that position, only that position. So I want to know. Now remember, it was
Wow.
dangerously close, within an inch.
I
Have a
guess
good
so,
night,
because the
Wesley.
crown plays such a big role, right? Like, the biggest thing you can mess up on a rifle is the crown. Muzzle break's an extension of the crown.
Yeah, so Drew Bradley, I think he might be hitting on a point. He says, no, you have gas in front of the bullet. Okay, you're pushing air in front of the bullet because that bullet is forcing that air out at a very fast rate. Well, guys, we don't know. Right now it's hypothetical. I'm going to test this, and I don't think it can be a little small like a A2 flash hider. It's got to be something that's a true break, like a 3 or a 6-chamber style break. And I want to see if this happens. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot it on paper without anything beside of me. And I'm going to show that it's a dead zero. And then I'm going to put this rigid, solid piece of wood, something that's not going to move, something that's not going to blow over, and have it within, half an inch or so, and see on paper if it affects the accuracy. I want to know. That's good to know information.
I'll do it too. I'll run it down here and see if I come up with the same.
Yeah. Yeah. Try to use the largest comp that you can. Something that's like
Yours is an 8-port, right? Or
no, I have a
6.
6-chamber.
That's on each side.
I have a 6-chamber on my 16-inch 3-gun. I'll run.
Yeah, try to do a 100-yard test where it's dead zero, and then it can't be something that can kind of deflect out of the way. It needs to be so rigid. I mean, put it right up against the tree, but don't touch the barrel, or don't touch.
We have 6x6s. I'll just put it up right next to one of those.
Yep,
There you go. Yeah,
that would be cool. How far did you miss, guys? These were large targets. These were probably 12 by 12s at like 80 yards. And I mean, talk about a solid position. You're locked into the V of a tree. It didn't move. And it was like, miss, 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 miss. And I was like, what? And they were like, yeah, dude, your brake's too close to the tree. I was like, I have never heard that in my life.
I think you were putting that rifle in there and just torquing
Nope,
it.
barrel was not touching because everybody was looking for that. Because the guy in front of me did it, and the guy in front of him did it. And they were like, guys, you got to be careful. Don't put your brake too close to the tree. It's like, okay.
I have 1 for 1 those. Thank you.
Yeah, well, I 1 for 1 the match. So there you go.
That's
you retained
good.
your weapons?
Huh?
I said Ray retained his weapons.
Yeah, I did.
Hey, there's no point to retain a weapon that you no longer have ammo for.
I don't know. You could throw it at the enemy. Muzzle
That's what I
tap.
did. There was a little ant right in front of me. He was down and out.
Oh,
Test
man.
linear comp as well, Kirkane says. There is
Man,
a
I'm
torque
not-
curve in exhaust pipe size and length.
Yeah, I only showed the so we got Brandon on here.
Oh, there's Brandon.
He was making the drive all the way back home, and so I knew
What's
he was
he
on
saying?
the road. But
on
yeah,
the road again.
I did show the slow motion like I was supposed to, but let's go ahead and show this recovery because he's like, dude, you never seen a recovery like this. So here we go. I'll show this full speed
Hold on.
in full fairness. Here we go.
There we go. What? Let me get this going.
Okay, hold on.
Dun 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 dun. Yeah, play some Apocalypse Now music after. Whoop!
Oh,
Go this
yeah, I
way.
was in the wrong way. Dang, sorry.
Start over.
Freaking, Asian, we read right to left, not left to right.
I thought it was up and down.
All right. Here we go. Focus.
Run.
Oh, there it is.
You know that thing? You should
Yeah, run.
run.
Yeah, so there's the recovery. The earth shook just a little bit.
Yeah, and he said he felt a little fatter than he thought he was, wearing a belt and all that stuff. I know. I was like, it does bring you back to humble when you got your shirt tucked in and your gear on your hip. You're like, what the hell?
Where's the next big match? We got the Rimfire finale this weekend.
Yeah, we got to get all torqued up for that one.
I was going to say rifle can't. This 12 by. Yeah, no, it definitely wasn't can't to Fusking at all. I mean, we're talking really near targets.
Yeah, he could have shot him with a pistol.
Yeah, actually, I would have hit those with pistols.
Yeah, I could have hit him with pistols.
We did a game of horse with Brandon and Tony, and we actually had a little small IPSC. It was about, I don't know, maybe 10 inches wide, 18 tall, and we walked that thing all the way back. None of us missed all the way out to 65-ish yards or so, but that's normal. We do all that kind of stuff normally. And so for me to miss these with a dang rifle, I was like, what the crap? I was shooting Sierra Match King 69 grain, not, 55 burner ammo.
Yeah, his knees did get jacked up. And if you just showed up, he actually, what did he have? His shell caddies, when he fell in, basically jacked up his leg, and it's got a big old bruise right there.
You got a souvenir, huh?
Yeah, he got a little souvenir. Actually.
He did say it was the first shotgun he's ever shot, and this is the Benelli M2, that he enjoyed shooting. He was like, how much is it going to cost me to get set up like this? And I was like, with everything done to it, a little over $2K,
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you can find the parts. It's hard to find a lot of components and things like that right now. Like you can find extension tubes, but it's hard to find the nuts for the M2s, the connector.
Yeah, if anybody knows of one, don't we need one?
Yeah, actually, we need one or two.
We need one or two of those.
That and the bolt knobs, too.
Yeah.
If you can get
Setting up circulation to his legs. There you go, Brandon. All right.
Yeah. Shouldn't he be home by now?
I don't know. See, I was worried because he fell on his right side. I know he got caught up in a traffic jam on 40 at the tunnel and said he sat for 1 hour. Kind of like when we came back from Florida.
That's.
But no, he had my pistol on his right side, and I was like, no. And he was like, dude, I was protecting the pistol. I was like, all right, good deal. Sacrificial.
Brandon saying LOL.
Okay, CJ
he just got
Johnson
home.
has asked this a few times.
The sky blue one?
Why is the sky blue?
I'm going to go with this, and I have no real official idea.
No official idea? Okay.
Yeah, that's basically what I said.
Okay.
I think it's the reflection of
the ocean.
The ocean.
Off the atmosphere?
Off the atmosphere as it rotates and reciprocates and proclamates back down to the world of Oz.
My guess would be moisture in the air.
Somebody better have an answer. Sometimes it's pink. Yeah,
I'm just gonna say the atmosphere as it. I don't know. I don't know the reason for the color.
I don't either. God loves the infantry. Gavin Beal's out there. What's up, buddy? Still waiting for my sticker to show up.
You want to talk about humble pie of being skinny? I pulled out a pair of pants that I got to mail to someone.
What? I don't even know what you're talking about.
And I went to put them on, and I couldn't even get them over my thigh. So, it was a little humbling. So,
Earth's flat, Gavin.
I'm not as good as I
What
once
12 gauge
was.
shot did you? We had to use 8. I like 7.5 better, but we used 8s. That's all we could get.
Here is the answer to your question, and it is not the ocean, because someone else said that too. It says gases and particles in the Earth's atmosphere scatter sunlight in all directions. Blue light is scattered more than other colors because it travels as shorter, smaller waves. This is why we see blue sky most of the time.
Not around
This
here.
message was brought to you by NOAA, the National Oceanic. All right, so there's your answer, folks. We learned something today, so maybe some of us did.
Chamomile, I'm just busting you up, man. I'll see you in
It's
October.
chamomile.
Yeah, it's Ortiz, man.
There you go.
No, yeah, I remember him saying that at the match. I'll just hit you up when we see you at the match. He's moving. He's currently packing. That is no fun. I feel your pain, my man. Let's see here. What 12 gauge? Yeah, okay. Yeah, we both use the same ammo because we had to go get it at Sportsman's Outdoor.
No, we didn't.
Oh, you didn't use that?
No, we shot off all of Brandon's Rio. I wasn't going to use my ammo.
Oh, I was using you were using number 8, though, right?
Yeah, and guys, you know, I
Hashtag still a dick.
do not get
Call me
caught
Ortiz.
up when you shoot 3-gun in 7.5 and 8. We've tested it with steel. You know, if you're using just, you know, like 1 ounce shot, just keep it 1 ounce, not ounces and 1/8 or whatever. But if you're shooting the same feet per second, what we've seen is knocking over steel. I haven't seen a difference at all between 7.5 to 8. I'm sure there's a difference.
I think it's more for other stuff. Like sporting clay, I used to shoot 7.5. That was the choice.
But, okay, so where I would see a difference is if I'm shooting clays at a long distance, 8s are going to have more pellets, right? All it takes is one pinhole break on a clay. It doesn't even have to break the clay.
No, but the speed, it slows down faster. You're getting better distance. You got a bigger projectile.
Correct, but won't one pellet of number 8 break a clay at a good distance?
Yeah, but so will 7.5. There's a difference.
There's a good test for you, Rick. That'll
I
be
ain't
next
doing that
video.
shit. I got a bunch of videos in here. I can't even.
7.5 at 20 yards,
No.
and then 8s,
Ain't nobody got time for that.
and then doing it to 40 yards. See, he doesn't like to do testing.
It's not that. I'll do the stuff. I'll put it in the
Un-American.
phone, and then I don't want to edit it because I'm too lazy. I got like 3 videos there.
I haven't done a video in so long; it's crazy.
I know. I'm just like,
I have like 10 finished videos in here. I have a Barrett MRAD video that I did like 2 months ago, and I never released it. I enjoy the
how
chat.
long we been yapping? Oh, we're getting close. So I'm gonna hit this up again, guys. We got 2 of these. They are basically donated by Vortex. If you guys aren't familiar, or you want to get a chance to win one of these, it's $10 entry fee. You either got to go to National Fallen Firefighters Foundation and do a donation, or go to Fisher House and do a donation. Send me an email of your donation picture, and you will be entered into the raffle. And then we got not quite a few. I'm hoping we get some more people interested. There is quite a few people that put some money in, but for every $10, you can win that. Once we get I don't know, probably do it for another couple weeks, and then we'll do the raffle. We'll pull some tickets, and 2 lucky winners will win.
Brandon, it was a pleasure having you at the match, guys. He commented right there, and he says it was funny. Swapping gear like a NASCAR team doing a pit stop. So
Yeah.
This was, guys, you got to picture this for just a minute. The days of me showing up at a match and trying to carry a ton of bags with ammunition and all that I'm kind of beyond that. I'll do it if I have to do it. But if you've got access to, let's say, a stroller, it makes it easier, right? Well, I don't really like the stroller. I never really bought into that idea, but I'll pull a Ranger. I don't care. You know, if I got a quad that's got a bed on it, I'm going to throw my gear in there. I can have the cooler and all this other stuff. Call me lazy, whatever. So there was 2 of us, and of course these guys find out that I'm taking the Ranger, and next thing I know, we've got a pile of equipment on there. Right? I mean, this is like a pyramid. He's having to walk behind it and hold it.
Yeah.
But Brandon was sharing all of my gear, so I would get done shooting, and the next thing you know, we have belts coming off. We have 2 guys loading mags. We have 1 loading shotgun tube to preload it.
It looked like
taking out the
NASCAR.
choke, and it really looked like a NASCAR team. It was like zip, 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 zip. All right, next.
Yeah.
It was fun.
When's the cutoff, Ortiz? I'm probably when I get I don't know. I'd like to raise at least between the 2 foundations like $500. just those foundations do an amazing job. There's the one for the military, and then there's one for the Fallen Firefighters Foundation. So if I
Where are
was
we at
a
so
guy,
far?
I would put all the links in here, but I haven't. So maybe after the show, I'll put them in. Or all you got to do is we erased it on the one board, didn't we?
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely go look at Fisher House, which is an easy one. You can go there, or National Fallen Firefighters Foundation.
Yeah, Mark G, that's correct. So in 3-gun competition, it doesn't have to break. All you have to do is be able to see light. So typically, if it chips, it's going to leave just enough of a hole that if you hold it up and you see sunlight, that's going to be validated as a break for 3-gun. That's all it takes. So, is 7.5 going to be better than 8? Don't know. We'll have to do a test and find out one of these days. That's the last on my list of tests, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Dick Frozen?
Yes.
You guys, silly question. No,
I was responding to some questions about the match. So our
there
next
you
match
go.
is in 2 weeks. So we have a quick turnaround here.
Post it on social media. That would be good, Gamma Mill. Actually, that's a smart move. I should do that. Fact is, I'll have to figure that out. Let's see here. Well, we're right there at the cutoff time.
So what
Last
should I
call.
do for a hit ratio? Is 80% good in your opinion, Ray?
I think 80% is a good number, but if more than one person can clean your match, it's too easy.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, you don't ever want more than 2 people cleaning your match. I'm not saying, you're going to have guys like Chris show up and probably clean the match or maybe miss one target. Some of your best shooters are going to do that.
Yeah.
But it's trying to find, where that is. Any more than one person cleaning, you've made it too easy probably. And don't have shoot-offs.
Yeah,
Don't have shoot-offs. You should have a stage set up where that is told beforehand. This will be used as a tiebreaker stage for the fastest time with the clean score.
We're using we're using the PRS center fire skill stages and just scaling them down so they're 22, and that's what we're using as our tiebreakers right now.
Is it on a time?
It is.
Okay.
And it's one of your stages during the match.
Yes.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't have it after the fact. Oh, we got a 3-way tile. We're going to have a shoot-off. I hate that more than anything because guys have already gotten out of that mindset. They've placed all their gear away.
Yeah.
They've already put their
dark,
sandals
or
on.
it can be dark.
Yeah, it's, don't ever have something after the fact if you can help it.
No, we're trying to avoid that at all costs.
CJ Johnson, yes, he is. And
Yep.
Myself and Dick are shooting as a team as well.
And we will actually have a camera crew following us around on that with from American Stories TV.
Thanks, Jerry Parker.
So that's they've got to coordinate with Gamaliel on this. They want to be in contact with them. They just released episode 4. Guys, if you haven't seen it yet, some of you know that I was on that Surviving Man TV show. They're just now getting to the interesting stuff that's fun. I'm starting to finally climb up in the leaderboard since all the grueling stuff is out of the way. Now it's the shooting stuff. And yeah, it's actually becoming fun, but I'm starting to see a little bit of drama flow into the series.
They're making it.
But yeah, you can always go to Roku TV and just look for American Stories. I think it's also on Amazon Fire and some of the other ones. It's free.
I appreciate you putting that in there, Jerry. Jerry has posted the links in the thing here. If you guys get a chance, check it out. $10 per ticket to enter. So you can, spend $10 and win 2 really nice red dots. And those are the upgraded LED versions. We can make it more physical. No, that's good, Ortiz. Just slow your. I don't know.
No. Do not change anything.
No, it's so nice.
Do whatever you guys are doing. They just want to. What they're trying to do is the new TV series that's going to be coming out is going to be called On Target, and it's only showcasing different shooting disciplines. We're talking a lot tonight about 3-gun and precision rimfire.
Yeah.
You know, there's people that have never heard of long range, you know, ELR rimfire. But then you've got these sniper or team matches. You've got ruck matches, you know, like Mammoth. And then you've got these adventure races. So they're just trying to show different. They're a extremely 2A, pro 2A organization that want to bring that to everyone's living room. And yeah, I mean, it's kind of cool what they're doing. They're just showing different shooting events and whatnot.
He's laughing.
Ortiz, I can't see it.
Ortiz is just busting us up. He's like, I know. Yeah,
I need to pick Ray's brain on that because I'm serious about running a 22 rimfire ruck match.
Oh, yeah, you should have went to the one in Wyoming so you could see how it runs. You know the one you talked me into, Dick?
Yeah.
Remember Alan Hedges?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I would have had toilet paper though.
How much wind does it take to move a bullet? None, because spin drift, it's going to move on its own. Is that the answer? I don't know.
Depends on velocity too, right?
Well, I mean, would my answer be correct?
Whoever comes in last.
You're going to have spin drift. It's going to move the bullet off its flight path.
Well, I would argue that is a part of its flight path, right?
Yeah, depending on
because it's repeated,
depending on the twist,
right? Because basically, spin drift only happens when the rotational force of the bullet goes slower than its forward momentum, or is faster than its forward momentum.
Whoever comes in last place between our three teams has to buy lunch.
Deal.
Oh,
I'm trying to remember. Yeah, I don't care. It's freaking lunch.
It's lunch.
Yep. We're getting some Mickey D's.
Chicken nuggets.
Chicken nuggets, here we come.
100-piece.
100-piece chicken nugget bucket. Don't forget coefficient of the bullet design. Let's see. Yeah, it's going to be fun. I can't wait.
It will be some awesome new chain. See, that's the thing. I don't know if I like that.
Yeah, he keeps throwing this crud in here.
What's he saying?
We might have to run a gas gun, Dick, because they may throw some funky stuff on this deal. So I don't know if running a double bolt gun is going to be magical.
All right, what's the answer, conservative sniper hunter? Y'all have us on the seat's edge. How much wind does it take to move a bullet?
How much wind does a win-win-win when a wind does be in South Carolina?
Taco John's has $1 chicken quesadillas.
Oh. With queso?
I've never even heard of a Taco John's.
I don't know. Is it good? What is this picture?
Had some delicious.
Oh, wind in a gun. Look at they make you have some.
What is that?
Squirt gun YouTube stupid logo. All right.
Hold on, we got to get the answer.
The
answer's got to come from Australia.
Oh yeah. No.
Where's conservative sniper hunter? Any CSH? Any from Australia or somewhere down south? New Zealand? No. Where are you from?
Where you from?
You ain't from right, are you?
Boy, you sure do have a pretty mouth.
Does anyone use conventional flat-base bullets for under 500 yards shooting these days? See, now he's avoiding the question. It's not legit. I don't know. I can barely read that TV.
It's named Taco John. He says it's not legit. They probably don't have good food.
I worked really. I came into the firearms industry after the Army for an ammo manufacturer with very genius people. And there's so many variables. Like a hollow point has less wind drift effect from wind drift than your standard bull nose or even pointed. So your A-tips and everything will not cut wind as good as a hollow point.
And the reason is it's breaking up the air at the me-plat around the bullet?
Yes. It makes it more concentric as it goes over
Yeah.
The OJ.
You've never heard of Taco John's. Are you serious? Yes, I'm serious. I don't even know what a Taco John's is.
No.
I'm assuming it's probably an Italian restaurant.
No, it sounds like it's a chain. What the heck?
You're like, what?
I'm like, where did that come from?
You're too easy. All right, so we're gonna end the show with
He has not even said yet. You can't leave an open-ended question like
You
that.
better answer this, conservative sniper hunter.
He's going to email it.
He's
to us.
Googling it. He's Googling it
He's
right now.
Googling it. He's like, I need to find the answer to this.
It's Tex-Mex massive food chain.
So you haven't heard of it either. No.
I may have heard of it, but I've never been in one. They might have had one in Wyoming, actually.
Never seen one.
There might have been one across from the hotel, actually, from where we stayed. Boattail is where it's at, bro. Tip consistency is the issue. That's what hollows fly the way they do.
Dick frozen.
Uh-oh.
See, every time he looks down, he's reading. He looks like he's frozen.
I'm trying to look this up.
Yeah,
It's a thing.
it's a thing. I'm from Texas.
I'm not
impressed.
I'm not a big Tex-Mex fan, anyways. I'd rather have true South.
I want to know how the queso is.
Or queso? You talked about queso twice now. You must be hungry.
I am.
Can't trick.
Can't trick this Mexican. All right. Well, it looks like CSH is going to keep us on the
Yeah, you better have an answer by next
on the
chat.
edge of our seat.
Let's see. Copy that.
See, he's changing like the whole topic.
That's it. I'm putting you on time.
Hey, you know how to keep a monkey in suspense, right? We'll tell you on the next show. We're out of here.
Oh man.
You didn't fall into my trap. I mean, you didn't even know you fell into my trap. You're waiting for me to say what, and you're gonna be all.
Talk about bad
We'll tell
dad
you
joke.
next
Hour.
show.
We'll tell you on the next
Tell you
show.
tomorrow. All right.
We have a shack called Mr. Taco.
Oh, the Campbell. That was priceless when they did that. All right.
All
That's
right, we're
it,
out here.
gentlemen.
You guys have a wonderful night.
Have a
Stay
great
safe. Hope
Thanks
you
for
get
having
over
me on.
to those foundations, and see you on the next one. If you did, email me your donation thing so I can put you in for the raffle.
And get your butt to bed.
And get your ass to bed. No, I want to do this one. Night, everybody. Be safe.